Virgos are never wrong,
Because
everybody.
we're never wrong. Like, I know I'm right.
Period.
Why are we even having this conversation
as your best
right
friend?
now?
Like, just suck it up. Deal with your feels for a minute. It sucks being wrong, but I promise you, the non-Virgo in that equation is the person who is wrong. You might not like it, but you are wrong. I promise.
Thank you for being so Virgo supportive.
It's true.
Fact is, I'm always right. Can't help
Always
it.
right.
Welcome to Mapping Out the Music with your hosts, Rie Daisies,
And Care Behr.
a podcast dedicated to exploring the cultural impact, overarching feminist themes, and of course, the artists who created the music for Lilith Fair.
Lilith Fair was a traveling music festival founded by musician Sarah McLachlan. It was active from 1997 to 1999 and also included a revival tour in 2010. Lilith Fair had a deep influence on both of us as children. Our love for this festival, along with feminism and inclusion in music as a whole, led us to create this podcast, where we hope to uplift the voices of women in music.
As a companion to each episode, we created a playlist for you to follow along with on your favorite streaming platforms. You can find the links in our show notes. Due to licensing restraints, we are unable to preview with you in real time, but we hope that you'll go check out our playlist and support the artists.
As with all internet deep dives, our information is only as accurate as we can uncover. If you have supported information to contrary, please let us know. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, it feels like it's been so long. Like, I know for everybody else it's only been 2 weeks, but we haven't seen each other in like
Over a month.
yeah.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while. The flu took us both out.
Separately.
Except me first.
Yes. And then me.
And then you. Both lost our voices.
Bad.
So
Ooh, bad.
I love you.
I love
I'm
you
so
too.
glad
I
you're
missed
back.
you.
I missed you too. So today, for this episode, we are discussing my Lilith Fair dream lineup.
Ooh.
And I'm very nervous about this because how do I shut up about these women that I love so much? Editing this episode is going to be a nightmare because
How do we cut things
I
out?
just have so much to say.
I struggled with that in my dream list too.
Right. Like some of these women, what do you even say?
Right.
In fact, I feel like that's part of my notes in a good few of these is like,
What is there even to say?
What do you even say?
I
that
feel like I
hasn't
had
been
that
said?
struggle as well going through that this week.
Oh my gosh. Well, shall we kick her off?
Let's kick her off.
All right.
Okay. So first up, we have Cleo by Shygirl. Blaine Muse, born May 4th, 1993, better known by her stage name as Shygirl, is a British rapper, DJ, singer, songwriter, and co-head founder of the record label and collective Nux. She is best known for her sexually explicit lyrics and her collaborations with Charlie XCX, Sophie, and Arca, among others. With her debut singles and EPs, Shygirl's music used an industrial and alternative style of hip-hop. However, her debut album Nymph and her 2024 EP Club Shy explore IDM, club, house, and more. In 2019, Shygirl released 3 standalone singles, Buttes, Uckers, and BB. The later gained her much attention from many in both the hip-hop and electronic scenes, including legendary artist and later collaborator Björk. And Uckers would go viral on TikTok in 2020 and 2021. In 2020, she was featured on many tracks by other artists' songs such as Arca's Watch and Sophie's unreleased songs Inside Out and Gelato. Since then, she has opened for Charlie XCX, released 2 full-length records, Alias and Nymph, and multiple singles and EPs.
You know you fucking made it when you are collabing with Björk.
Dude.
Björk.
Björk? Of all the collabs?
I mean, well, Björk has been like in her DJ era.
For sure.
So it makes sense that like this music would be like crossing her radar.
Definitely.
Because like Shygirl is amazing.
Oh my God.
Banger after banger after banger. And that's why I put the song at number 1, because I wanted to start us off with like a banger.
It was a good first song choice. That's what I put in my notes.
And like this was the first song that I'd ever heard of hers.
Oh.
So I've obviously listened to a ton of her music, but this one really stands out to me because it's got that like classical sounding intro.
Yes.
That you don't really know where it's going.
Yes, I wrote that in my notes too.
It's like so smooth and beautiful, and then all of a sudden it's like
It just builds and builds. Yes. That slow string intro, I did not know where that was going. I was like, oh, this is nice
pretty.
and pretty
Right.
and slow. And then, wait a minute. Is this a club song?
And then all of a sudden you're just like banging
bopping around.
Oh my God. She's so, I don't know. She's just so cool. Something about her persona is just so cool and like effortless. And she just is
jealous.
herself. She makes her own weird little music.
Mm-hmm.
And I am loving this like resurgence of weird alt girls that's happening.
Me too.
Where like you can tell like this alternative aspect of music is kind of flooding back into different genres of music.
Yep. I'm all here for it.
Yeah, because she's like, I would classify her as like, dance, pop type music. But it's got that edge
It does have an edge.
that is both a look back and very modern.
Nailed it.
Love it.
Ah!
Okay, so next on the list is Blood Roses by Tori Amos. With her bold stage presence and penchant for dynamic stylistic shifts, Tori Amos revolutionized how piano intersected with popular music.
Big fact.
After becoming a key figure in the 90s alt-rock boom with striking, unadorned meditations such as Pretty Good Year, she gradually expanded her vision to absorb electronic-leaning dance music through Raspberry Swirl, trip-hop through Bliss, and heavy guitar-based rock through Precious Things. Born Myra Ellen Amos, she started studying piano at the prestigious Peabody Preparatory Institute at age 5.
Wow.
As a teenager, she turned her focus away from classical music, performing covers at a gay bar and releasing a single, Baltimore, in 1980. After moving to LA, Amos fronted an ill-fated glossy piano rock band called Why Can't Tori Read before striking out on her own with 1992's piercing Little Earthquakes. Home of confessional and vulnerable songs such as Silent All These Years and Crucify. Support from radio and MTV followed throughout the 90s, particularly for the mysterious Cornflake Girl and the religion-questioning God, as Amos established herself as a feminist and an advocate for sexual assault survivors. Her lyrics and aesthetic continue to expand and evolve post-2000 to encompass gender bending, like on the 2001 covers album Strange Little Girls, and detail-rich songs that felt like historical short stories that next year's Scarlet's Walk. Amos has continued down her unique road with 2017's Native Invader and a 2020 memoir called Resistance, reaffirming her inquisitive songwriting style and courage to stand up for what's right.
I feel like this is the first artist on the playlist for me that's like, what is there to say about Tori Amos, right? She's an icon.
She's an icon
of our generation.
Yes. I might even say that she is the best piano player of our generation.
Period.
I mean, her use of piano in alternative and rock and pop music at a time, especially back in the 90s, when they were telling her, girl, the piano's dead.
Right.
We want to hook you up with synths and guitars.
And she said, hold my beer. Let me get 2 pianos on stage with me, actually, motherfuckers. And let me play both of them at the same goddamn time.
Oh my God. She really, really, really did. And you know, it's not in the notes, but she did just release her latest single. And it's off of the album that's coming up in May. It's called In Times of Dragons, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
And we got tickets to go to the concert.
Won't be the first time we've seen her, but oh my God, she puts on a hell of a show.
But this will be the 5th time I've seen her. She's touring with backup singers and with the band.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
And I've never seen her like that.
Right.
So I'm like, oh my God. So as far as the song goes,
this song will always make me think of you.
Really?
Yes.
Aww. I was like, I could have picked a more palatable song. You know, Tori,
Sure.
She's got more songs that are more like user friendly, if you will.
Sure.
But to me, this song really encapsulates the female rage that we are still sitting in.
Absolutely, yes.
There's something about this song that's so just like loud and timely and abrasive and important.
Absolutely. And like over the test of time.
Over
the
the
song
yes.
is still as relevant today as it is in 96 when it dropped.
Right. That line, I shaved every place where you've been, boy.
Yes.
That's actual genius.
Period.
That's actual.
We've been literally talking about that lyric since 1996.
Since 96, I know.
Yes. I wrote it in my notes because like when the song dropped, like I remember that being such a poignant lyric that we discussed like at the time in real time.
Right. Because there's like almost a survivor aspect to it, but there's also such power.
Absolutely.
Behind it's like a reclamation
Yep.
of power.
Yep.
That to me, that's what that song really is like a reclamation of your power. And that also that realization is that sometimes you're only meat to him.
Right. Yeah.
And she shaved every place where you've been. And like that's the power of this song. Oh God.
I know.
We better move on because
we could for hours.
She's
about Tori.
she's my favorite musician of all time. I love her. So yeah, let's move on because we'll be here forever.
So next on our list, we have Brackish by Kittie. Pioneering Canadian band Kittie specialized in punishing heavy metal that evolved through the decades. They debuted in 1999 with a gothic nu metal sound heard on their breakthrough debut album Spit. Home to their most enduring hits that would shift into a more traditional metal style, indebted to influences Metallica and Slayer on subsequent albums like Oracle, Until the End, and Funeral for Yesterday. All U.S. indie top 10 releases.
Oh wow, that's fucking
impressive.
sick.
While Kittie's lineup changed multiple times over the years, the band remained centered around the core songwriting duo of sisters Mercedes and Morgan Lander. During an extended hiatus in the 2010s, Kittie kept their legacy alive with a greatest hit set and a retrospective documentary, staging a big comeback in the 2020s with Fire, their first album in over a decade.
Which is pretty rockin'.
Hell yeah.
I want to see that documentary now.
Same.
Yeah, they're such badasses. So for the playlist, I tried to put songs from the past.
Right. Okay.
And songs from the present.
Okay.
And this is like definitely teenage me era.
Yes. I always forget that Kittie is in your wheelhouse of music. So like
Why?
I don't know why. I think it's just because it's more of like heavy metal, and when I think of your music taste, heavy metal is not the first place I go to.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's usually like indie, grunge,
Pop almost.
punk, like
Not new metal.
No, not new metal. Not new metal. So like I wasn't surprised when I saw Kittie, but I was like, oh yeah, of course. Of course Kittie's on here. Duh.
I was surprised to see that they were sisters. Like, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Kittie is one of those bands that, like, everybody knew. And I feel like all the girls of our generation, like, were jamming to Kittie.
Right.
But nobody, like, knew them.
Right.
They were never, like, A-listers.
Right.
But they were always on the roster.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
To me, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, God. They were, like, literally so badass.
Oh, 100%. The way they layer that, like, rap metal lyric over the long harmony note lyric is just so beautiful.
Yes.
And, like, it feels almost before its time.
I totally know what you mean because, like, it was very much of its time. Like, it was from the new metal scene.
For sure.
But I feel like they were doing it better than the boys.
Than the boys. They were doing it better than the boys.
And they just, like, weren't getting as much credit as the boys
100%.
were.
Because it gives, like, that sound, that System of a Down sound. But I don't know. I mean, I do think Kittie did it better.
I think so too. This one is so funny too because every time I turn it on, this song gets my dogs jacked as fuck. This is like when this song gets turned on, the whole house is just
They
like
just jammed.
Be strong.
I love that so much.
The dogs are like getting it with Kittie.
I love that.
Alrighty, well, next up is Stretch Your Eyes by Agnes Obel. Which, by the way, we saw her live because we were calling her, we're from Michigan, so it was very like Agnes Obel. We saw her live and discovered that her name is actually Agnes Obel.
Yes. From her own mouth.
From her own mouth, yeah, not from our Michigan
No.
accent. Agnes Obel, born on October 28, 1980, she took up the piano at a very young age, honing her craft amidst the strains of Bartok and Chopin emanating from the fingers of her musician mother. She later drew inspiration from the work of Swedish jazz pianist Jan Johansson, and it was between those two worlds that her own sound began to emerge. Citing influences as diverse as PJ Harvey and Claude Debussy, Obel's 2010 debut, Philharmonics, was written with the exception of a cover of John Cale's I Keep a Close Watch, performed and produced by the artist herself.
Wow.
Pure, austere, and remarkably poised, the pristine mix of instrumentals and atmospheric melancholy balladry was both a critical and commercial success, especially in her native Denmark, where the record went double platinum. Composed, produced, arranged, and mixed by Obel herself at Chalkwood Studios, 2013's impressionistic Aventine was another commercial success, charting in 9 countries. For her much-anticipated third studio album, 2016's transparency-themed Citizen of Glass, Obel experimented with vintage synthesizers, as well as her own voice, which is at times heavily modulated. And then most recently followed up by her album Myopia in 2020.
Ooh.
I fucking love this chick.
Dude. This was the first artist that I wasn't surprised to see on your list, but the song choice is what surprised me.
Oh, really?
I don't know why.
Oh, I love
A great song choice, by the way. Stretch Your Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. Another absolutely incredible artist to see live.
Oh, she is one of my favorite artists I've ever
She's
seen live.
definitely in my top 3.
I don't think I took a breath that whole concert.
I don't think I did either.
I was like on the edge of my seat.
right.
And it was literally like 4 women on stage.
Mhm.
She's in the middle with her synths and her piano and stuff. And then there was like one girl on like drums and auto harp and like a
Yep.
bunch of random shit.
Yep.
One girl was on like cello and like trumpet at some point. And
yeah.
and then another girl was like cello the whole time.
Right.
They were all doing backups and stuff. It was one of the most magical things I've ever
It
seen.
was, dude. It put me in an energy space I've literally never experienced in a concert before.
Yeah.
And like, she is a true artist.
Yes.
Like the way she was, because she just had a foot pedal and she just kept like looping in. They'd do a thing, she'd hit the thing, loop it through, do another thing, loop it through. And it was just this build and build and build and build and build.
Literally.
And then you're taken to spaces you've never been before.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah. I feel like, to me, I wrote down that this song for sure, but like her work in general, to me, is like a cool drink of herbal tea sweetened with honey on like a beautiful summer's day.
That feels so right.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel like for such a poetic artist, she needs a poetic description. You can't just be like, oh, wow, she's amazing. It was great. You got to be like, this woman is a fucking, is herbal tea sweetened with honey. Like,
because she is.
because she really, really is.
Oh.
She creates like an ethereal, almost like fairy tale-esque vibe.
Yeah.
There's something like in the sonic world that she creates, it makes me feel like I'm in a fairy tale come to life.
Yeah.
Like if I were to turn into a fairy princess, this is the song that would play as I'm waking up and stretching my eyes. Literally. Also, fun story. We scared the shit out of her on the street of Ann Arbor.
Oops.
It was after her concert. We were just walking around. We
Right.
like went and got a drink or something. And then we were like just walking around hanging out. And she walks right past us.
Yep.
Who was it you who was like, was that Agnes?
I think it was Harm.
Okay. So Harmony's like, was that Agnes? And we turn around. And sure as shit, it's her and her band.
Yep.
The whole
walking
band.
right down the road.
And we're so American that we're just like, Agnes! And this poor girl looked
Terrified.
terrified. She didn't know what the fuck to think.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Oh my God.
She's also a very petite individual.
She is a little fairy, yeah.
And we're a bunch of like big old fucking scary Americans that are like freaking out.
For real. Our Midwestern asses, she did not know how to handle that.
Bless her
Well,
heart.
plus also seeing her, you can tell she doesn't really speak English that well.
Right.
Or if she does, it's definitely, obviously, it's not her first language.
Right.
So she was just kind of like, hi, bye, and like
ran in the other direction.
Ran in the other direction. Oh my God. So if you hear this on Obel, we love you and we're sorry.
So sorry.
We're sorry we
for
scared
scaring you in
you.
Ann Arbor.
Please forgive us.
Oh. Shall we move on?
Indeed we shall.
So next on our list, we have They Say Vision by Reese. Reese is a Philadelphia-born singer-songwriter who burst onto the music scene with her groundbreaking debut album, How I Do, in 2001. Her unique blend of rock, soul, and electronic music, coupled with her distinctive voice, earned her critical acclaim and a dedicated following. Now Reese has expanded her artistic horizons with her feature film debut in Life of Mike, while continuing to create innovative music that pushes boundaries and defies genre conventions. Her newest single is called All I Can and was released in May of 2025. Ooh.
Yeah, she hadn't dropped anything since like that 2001.
Okay.
You know, somebody else who's getting talked about right now who almost ended up on my list but didn't is Fifi Dobson.
Okay.
Do you remember Fifi Dobson?
The name sounds familiar.
Fifi Dobson and Reese are two women who I feel like really got the fucking shaft in that like pop punk kind of era of the early 2000s.
Okay.
Because they were Black women.
Oh, okay.
For whatever reason, which is crazy because they're both insanely fucking talented.
Right.
But for whatever reason, well, no, we know the reason, racism.
Right.
You know, they did not get the same shots that a lot of the other girls were getting at that time.
That's a shame.
It's a fucking shame. And Reese is one of those people who, like, I've continually listened to that old record
Okay.
since 2001. The song takes me literally back to 2001.
Oh, the song is great.
in my feely feels.
Aww.
And then seeing that she's making a comeback now as an older, wiser, cooler woman.
That's badass.
That's fucking badass. So I believe that she also dropped an album not too long ago in 2024, but it's How I Do Reset.
Oh.
So I think it's like in the vein of like, you know how Taylor Swift like redid her album so that she owns it now?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I think
Yep.
it was one of those kind of vibes.
Okay.
And then she's got that new single from 2025. So I'm thinking that there might be some
Making a
new
comeback.
music.
Yes. That would be awesome.
I love her. She is so good. She's so soulful.
That's exactly what I wrote down in my notes. This whole song, like the sound is very soulful and the chorus is really catchy.
Isn't it? You know what it
Yes.
almost kind of reminded me of was that Letters to Cleo song.
Oh, I could see that.
Maybe like the iambic pentameter of the whole
Sure.
thing. You know,
Yeah.
something about it. I don't know. Not that they're like alike in any way, shape, or
whatsoever,
form.
but I see what you're saying.
you see what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
some kind of like, I don't know, same
100%.
vibe or something.
Yeah. What I really liked about this song is like on the surface, if you're just listening to it, like it sounds softer and kinder and pretty. But when you really start listening to the lyrics, it'll fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
And I love a song like that.
Mhm. Something that you can listen to easily,
Yeah.
that you can digest easily just
Yep.
on like a surface listen.
Mhm.
But then something that's like there's actually more there for you to swallow that you didn't
Yes.
even really realize.
Yep.
Until you're sitting there with headphones on and you're like, oh,
Well,
wait a minute.
What did she just say?
Wait, oh, what?
What did she
Damn,
just
girl,
say?
you're right. You're right. Love
that.
her.
It's time to get out the map and let somebody else take the wheel for a change.
So this week's Dream Lilith Fair lineup was sent to us by my dear, sweet, bestie best, Ainjel Emme. And she says that her Dream Lilith lineup would be Björk, Stevie Nicks, Salt and Peppa, Patti Smith, Tori Amos, Nao, Kim Gordon, Natalie Merchant, Azura Ray, PJ Harvey, Violet Grohl, Aoife O'Donovan, Grace Ives, Jackie Venson, Shannon Wright, Andrea Witkins, Rie Daisies, Tamika Jones, and Clarissa Capero. Alrighty, next up on the list is Do It by Emma Harner. Emma Harner is a 22-year-old singer-songwriter, guitarist, and multi-instrumentalist. Originally hailing from Lincoln, Nebraska, Harner began playing violin at just 3 years old before discovering her love for the guitar,
Wow.
an instrument that now forms the backbone of her sound. Now based in Boston and studying guitar performance at Berklee College of Music, she's developed a distinctive sound that fuses the intimacy of folk with the complexity of math rock.
Oh.
Harner first captured attention with a series of viral videos on Instagram and TikTok, quickly amassing a devoted following drawn to her virtuistic playing, harmonic sophistication, and emotionally resonant songwriting.
That's a really impressive bio.
Well, and she's very new.
Okay.
Like, obviously, she's 22 years old.
yeah,
She's just getting started.
definitely. I had
And-
never heard this before, so like that's validating for me over
Yeah,
here.
I found her on TikTok.
Okay.
She's just one of those that, like, I listen to a lot of indie music.
Yeah.
So I get a lot of indie music in my algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
And she was when I was just, like, scrolling one day, and I came across her playing and singing. some people just have those voices that make me cry.
Yeah.
Like Iron and Wine is one of them. Like I just hear his voice and it makes me cry. Emma Harner's voice just brings literal fucking weeping tears to my eyes. There's something about it that is so bananas between her guitar playing and her vocals. She has this energy of a seasoned pro.
I never would have guessed she's 22.
Yeah, there's like this energy about her that's almost like, and I say this in a good way, this like old lady energy.
Right.
That's what made me like fall in love with her because she's not trying to be anybody that she's not.
Right.
She's doing her own little thing. It's complex. It's interesting.
Yep.
But it's easy to grasp a hold to.
Yes. And it's not overproduced.
Oh my God, I know.
That was like one of my notes in this. Like, it sounds simple when you're just listening to it on the surface. It just sounds like her voice and some strings. Now, when you listen to it with headphones and you get deeper, you hear all the different layers of strings that are going on in there. And it's actually very complex. It's not simple at all.
Right.
But her voice carries the song.
You know, I think it's the delivery because she delivers it almost effortlessly.
I would agree.
I wrote down to me that she is like either a hidden angel or like a fairy in disguise. There's just
Something about
there's
her.
a magic to her. And I'm really glad that she's getting the attention that she's getting because she genuinely deserves it.
Oh, absolutely.
She
The
is-
song is fire.
She's talented. She's amazingly talented and she's herself.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's beautiful.
That to me is like, that makes you top tier.
Period.
You're yourself. You're doing your own thing. You're creating what you want to create. You know, at this point, she's only got a handful of singles out.
Okay.
So she's
Well,
really,
she's 22,
she's
yeah.
just starting.
Oh, that's exciting.
I know. I can't wait to see where she goes from here.
Ooh.
So shall we move on?
Let's move on. So next up on our list, we have the song Willows by Vanessa Carlton. American singer-songwriter and pianist Vanessa Carlton is an independent alternative artist who first gained pop success in the early 2000s. She trained in piano and classical ballet as a child. Carlton also performed her songs in New York City clubs while attending college, eventually signing a record deal. She scored a hit with her first single, 2002's 1,000 Miles, which reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and earned 3 Grammy nominations, including Record of the Year.
Wow.
That song was everywhere.
It's still kind of everywhere.
Her 2002 debut album, Be Not Nobody, went platinum and secured her a place on Billboard's top pop artist list that year. Her 2004 sophomore album, Harmonium, featured guest star Lindsey Buckingham of Fleetwood Mac on acoustic guitar and Pharrell Williams on backing vocals.
Wow.
That is really cool. Carlton made her Broadway debut in 2019 in the title role of Beautiful, the Carole King musical at the Stephen Sondheim Theater. That's cool. She has 6 full-length records, and her newest single, Animal, was released in November of 2025.
You know, going back to Fleetwood Mac, Lindsey Buckingham.
Yeah.
I accidentally saw Vanessa Carlton live. When our old friend Kat and I went to go see Stevie Nicks in concert.
Right. Wasn't she the opener?
Yes, we get there and we sit down and all of a sudden we hear ba 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 bum, bum, ba 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 ba.
Dude, that
and
would
I'm
be
like,
so
wait
cool.
a minute, what the fuck? And sure as shit, it's Vanessa Carlton on the fucking stage opening for Stevie goddamn Nicks.
That is wild.
That's fucking insane. It was so cool because I have always liked her.
Right.
Back in the day when that song came out,
Mm-hmm.
1,000 Miles. Right. Everybody knew that song.
100%.
And I really loved that song and I had that record and stuff. But she's been putting out great music since
Ever
then.
since.
Yes.
Right?
And I think now she's more like indie.
Okay.
You know, she never got quite as big of a hit as 1,000 Miles was. But I honestly think her more modern music is like so much better.
Right.
Well, and you know, too, they always pick like your most pop
Song.
easy digestible song as your single, especially back then. And I just like, I thought it was important including her in this playlist to put some of her music that people probably hadn't heard before.
Right. Yeah, because everybody goes to the 2002.
Right. And the record that this song Willows is from is so good. And like, I didn't realize how witchy she is.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Which, I mean, makes sense. Also, context opening for Stevie Nicks, the White Witch.
Right.
You know what I mean? The
So
White
much
Witch
sense.
of all the White Witches.
Period. On point. That does make a lot of sense. And this song is kind of witchy too.
Well, yeah, it has that earth goddessy, magic infused
Yes.
vibe to it.
100%.
And it's not just the vibe, too. It's like the language that she chooses to use. Her poetry is very magical.
Absolutely.
Has that little sprinkle of
It does.
ethereal.
It does.
magic.
Though. I think the thing I really liked most about this song was that the melody takes you on such a journey. Like right in the chorus where like she's like da-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na. Like it's just so much fun the way it changes. I really enjoyed that. It's a good song.
She's a beautiful songwriter.
Oh, she is. And her lyrics
I feel like that learning that tidbit about her like being a ballerina.
makes sense.
It makes so much sense because there is some sort of like ballerina quality
yes.
to her voice, to her lyricism,
Yeah.
to just the like
The flow of the song.
the flow of the song, the energy she's putting out has that like ballet thing to it. I don't know. Next up is It's in Our Hands by Björk. There are multi-hyphenates and then there is Björk. Singer, producer, songwriter, actor, technologist, environmentalist, and more. Her voice may be her most immediately recognizable attribute, yet the broad sweep of her career has produced something more like a total fusion of art and life. Born Björk Gudmundsdóttir in Reykjavik, Iceland, in 1965, she grew up in a commune and recorded her solo debut at 11, before cycling through a succession of bands, culminating with alt-pop upstarts, the Sugar Cubes. Her adult solo career began in 1993 when boundaries between sounds and disciplines were rapidly eroding. She made the most of that freedom, mixing pop, electronic, and the avant-garde into a multimedia whirlwind that has only accelerated over the years. She's collaborated with figures as distinct as Rosalia and Sir David Attenborough. She's been celebrated in a MoMA retrospective and even starred in Lars von Trier's Dancer in the Dark.
Oh my God, what a good movie.
My God. Through it all, she's released some of the most indelible hits of her era and some of its most challenging anti-pop, too.
That is the best bio of Björk I think I've ever heard in my life.
I agree. Because she's not the easiest to listen to. Is that a weird thing to say?
No, I don't think so.
Her music is challenging.
Yeah.
It's like you have to think.
It's like master level.
Yes. To me, I've always told people who've never heard Björk before and they're listening to her for the first time, I always say you have to approach Björk's music like you would classical music.
I like that. I can see why you would say that.
Because, you know, obviously she uses all of these classical instruments throughout her music, but she also uses these like electronic sounds
She
and like
does.
and earth sounds and like these like challenging sounds. At the end of that bio, some of its most challenging anti-pop which is so well worded.
Yeah.
Because that's so...
I never would have even thought of anti-pop being a category.
Yeah.
But Björk is that.
But Björk is that. And like, again, another one, like, what do you even say?
Right.
This woman has been making music since she was 11 years old. So since the 70s.
Which blows my fucking mind.
Her first album as a little kid came out in 76, I believe.
Craziness.
That's fucking crazy. And like steadily.
Yeah.
She's been steadily putting out new music that's pushing boundaries, that's something new that nobody's ever heard before and that nobody's ever done before and that nobody else could do, in my opinion.
Even do.
Like, you can't even touch her.
No. She's in a league all of her own.
Queen, mother, goddess.
Period.
This song is my personal favorite of Björk's.
Okay.
Which is kind of hard to narrow down because she has so much music and I love all of it. But I really love the song so much because as complex as the like micro beats are, there's also something very simple about this song.
There is.
And very human about this song. And the first time I ever heard it, I actually heard it by seeing the music video, which doesn't typically happen. I'm not like a big music video watcher normally. Yeah. I like to like hear the music before I see the visual representation. Art. Have you ever seen the video?
Not that I can place.
It's like this it's night vision.
Okay.
And the way they film it, they film like all these up close shots of like flowers and nature and stuff. Okay. So the way that it looks, it appears that she's like this tiny little fairy, like walking through the grass, singing this song. And in the video, she's pregnant as fuck. Okay. She's like very bigly pregnant. Okay. Glowing and queen, mother, goddess. I mean... What do you say?
I think this was another one where I was not surprised at the artist, but surprised at the song. Because there is such a wheelhouse of music to choose from Björk. And like so many good stories and so many good memories associated to so many good Björk songs.
Well, yeah, because we've been listening to her together
forever.
Right, and she's an artist that we both like really and have listened to forever.
Absolutely.
What would you have thought I was? Like, what would have been your guess? What wouldn't have surprised you? What song?
I definitely would have picked something, like if I had to pick the song that you would have picked, I would have picked something off the Post album. Either, possibly, maybe.
Period. Yeah.
Or Hyper Ballad.
Oh.
I was really surprised that it wasn't Hyper Ballad.
Oh, God. That's such a good song, too. Highly recommend, listeners, if you're not very familiar with Björk, and you're, you know, looking for new music to listen to, that song Hyper Ballad that Kara just mentioned is
an incredible song. The album Post is pretty good.
That whole album is great. That's like a no skip album. Björk to me, like the song in specific, Isabel. But just in general, when I hear of Björk, I picture you dancing like a ballerina. When we were on shrooms.
Yes, in my apartment.
In your apartment. Tripping our balls off and Kara's just floating. She's just floating around the apartment like a fucking dancer extraordinaire to Björk.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorite like visuals that I get when I hear Björk. I picture you dancing.
I love that. This song though does have like a very personal element for me too, which I love. It's a good choice no matter. I mean, you can't pick a bad Björk song.
You can't pick a bad Björk song, period.
So there's that. So next on our list, we have Caribbean Blue by Enya. Enya was born on May 17th, 1961 in the Gaeltacht region of Ireland. Thanks to her preternatural gift for weaving ambient textures and multilingual vocals into towering songs, Enya has become one of the most successful Celtic musicians of all time.
Period.
Having sold an estimated 75 million records worldwide and scored 4 Grammys, 5 Billboard Music Awards, and an Oscar and a Golden Globe nomination. Holy smokes. The Irish singer began her musical career far more modestly as a keyboardist in her family's Celtic folk band, Clannad, in 1980. 2 years later, she teamed up with manager and producer Nicky Ryan and his wife, lyricist Roma Ryan, to launch what would become a mega successful solo career. Together, they honed a lush, layered, multilingual sound and scored a massive hit in 1988 with Orinoco Flow from the album Watermark, which blended Enya's otherworldly voice with slick production and a hint of Celtic undertones. A string of successful albums followed, including 1991's Shepherd Moons, 2000's A Day Without Rain, and 2015's Dark Sky Island, all of which seamlessly blended New Age ideology, world beats, and celestial soundscapes. Enya's dreamy songs found 21st century fans through the singer's contribution to the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring soundtrack, May It Be, which added Elvish to the singer's list of lyrical languages. That is so cool.
Isn't that really cool?
And as a Lord of the Rings fan, I did not know that she was on the soundtrack.
Damn,
to that.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My bad.
I
Lose
think-
my nerd card there.
Really? And your Enya card.
I know. 2 cards lost in one sentence.
She is another queen.
Oh my God.
Like, she
World
might
of her
actually
own.
possibly be the new queen of Ireland.
I would love
Like,
that.
the unofficial, official queen
Queen?
of Ireland.
I could get behind that.
And I think the reason why she's been so successful is that, yes, she comes from this Celtic background. And yes, there are influences and hints of Celtic music throughout her music.
Sure.
But that's not the only thing that she does. She's infused that with the dreamy, almost meditative
Yeah.
thing.
Yep.
It's not like she's just singing Irish jigs.
Right.
She's singing these songs that embody like life and death.
Oh,
in
absolutely.
one. Like these magnificent pieces that are, again, in a way, you almost listen to Enya like you're listening to classical music.
Right.
In the way she records her vocals, she does these vocal stacks of just like tens and hundreds of like layers of her singing the same thing. So it gives it this feeling almost of like a choir.
Right.
Even though it's just
not.
her.
Right. It's so impressive, dude.
My God. And she was really like the first artist to really, really do those like gigantic vocal stacks,
Right.
which now has become almost common practice in pop music.
Right.
I think her sound is so distinct too that like when an Enya song pops on,
Oh, you absolutely know.
you know it's Enya. There's like no question.
No,
Oh, who is
first
this?
2 notes, you're like, oh, this
Enya
is Enya.
song. Literally.
Definitely.
Her music reminds me of my granny a lot.
Aww.
She was one that both her granny and I like listened to together that we both enjoyed.
Yeah.
And it makes me think of back in the day at my granny's old house, they had this stereo system. Do you remember the stereo system at that house? There was speakers in every room of the
Every
house.
room.
And there
Yeah.
was volume knobs in every room of the house right next to the light switch.
Right.
So you could turn up the music or turn
In
down
one
the music
room.
in each room. But you could
Graham's house was so
also
fancy.
listen to your music through your whole house.
Yeah.
Literally.
What an experience.
So this song in particular always makes me think of like Granny letting me DJ
Oh.
at her house and just like no matter where you walked in this big ass house, you were
hearing
Enya
Enya.
from the fucking speakers in the
Oh my
corners of the
God.
room.
That's so great.
She's another instant ball for me.
Oh, yeah.
And yes, because of, my correlation between her music and my granny,
Sure.
but also just her voice.
Yeah. What she's able to accomplish when she sits down in front of audio equipment is I don't even know how to describe
I
it
know.
because it's magic.
It's otherworldly.
It is.
There's something like she is not of this earth.
No.
Her and Björk might have like traveled down
Together
from the ethers on like the same
Yeah.
spaceship.
I can get behind that.
But like Björk got dropped off in Iceland and she got dropped off in
Ireland.
Ireland.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just saying I can get behind that theory.
That is my theory, and I'm sticking to it.
Ah.
She is an alien queen goddess. She is the mother of meditation music that's not meditation music.
Period.
Music that you can put on and travel to different lands
Yeah. I love
with
that.
when never even leaving your room.
Good choice.
R.I.P. Granny. Every time I listen to this song, I hope you come visit me
You heard her.
on that spaceship from outer space. Alrighty, next up is El Gabán Trabalenguas by Ámbar Montilla. So just a heads up, this bio is translated.
Okay.
So
It might not translate
might not
the best.
translate the best, but
Sure.
this is the bio I have.
Okay.
The young singer Ámbar Montilla from San Fernando de Apure consolidates herself as one of the emerging figures of national folklore, with a fresh voice and interpretive style that rescues the essence of the joropo. Montilla has managed to capture the attention of both traditional and digital audiences. Her interpretation of El Gabán Trabalengua has become a phenomenon in social networks, where the artist demonstrates vocal dexterity and stage charisma.
Yeah, she does, though.
Platforms like TikTok and Instagram have been key to projecting her talent to new generations, reaffirming the relevance of flatland music in contemporary spaces. In local presentations and regional festivals, Ámbar Montilla conveys the strength of the plain, accompanied by harp, guitar, and maracas, instruments that uphold the Creole identity. Her artistic proposal is profiled as a bridge between traditional and innovation, bringing Venezuelan folklore to digital and physical stages with equal impact. With each performance, Montilla reaffirms the commitment of a new generation of artists seeking to keep alive the cultural heritage of the plains while adapting it to current communication codes.
So is this song a cover? Is it like an old folk
I think it might be
song?
an old folk song, yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Well, the title of the song is The Tongue Twister Coat.
Yes, I translated it.
Did you translate the whole song?
I did.
Wild. A fucking journey.
Wild.
A whole journey.
I listened to the song about 3 times before I translated it.
Okay.
And like my first initial thoughts, like before I did, was like, A, the song makes me want to get up and dance.
It's a banger. Yep.
It is a banger.
Yep.
And like the vocal capability of this artist in this song is so amazing.
Mhm.
So amazing. So I was like, what does this even, how does this translate? Because it's just, I mean, the song is not in English, but we've heard so many other songs throughout this season that are also not in English.
Right.
And it's not the lack of language that makes this song so, the lack of English language that makes this song so impressive. It's the flow,
The flow.
the tempo.
Yes.
It seems almost effortless
Yes.
for this artist,
Yes.
which is amazing. Like, I couldn't even.
It's somehow like rapping, but
not
Venezuelan folk singing
At the same
time. You know, I'm half Latina, and when you're around the aunties
right.
or you're around your grandma,
Mm-hmm.
you know, my mama Emmy, these bitches be talking so fucking fast.
So fast.
And it, for something about the song, made me feel at home.
Oh,
Like, and I know obviously Mexican and Venezuelan, they're not the freaking same.
Sure.
But there's something about the delivery, the language, and the like tone of her voice that took me to a very familiar and familial place. Oh, I got chills just saying that. It made me feel like connected in a way.
I love that.
Oh God, the song is literally such a banger. Also, it goes so fucking hard.
So hard.
Also, the instrumentation throughout, stunning.
Chef's kiss.
And then you get into like what the fuck she's actually saying.
Right.
It's a play on a tongue twister.
Right.
By telling the story of, okay, now let's see if we're on the same page. And there's a lot of lyrics to this song. So what I took from it is that it's about a cowboy who's good at tongue twisters. He's a womanizer who she found as a baby.
Okay.
And took to her mom, who raised him up. Fed him all the good food, fed him the plantains, blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
But now he's a man. Okay. Now he's grown and he's drinking with the drunks.
Well, yeah.
And he's getting with the chubby girls in every color of woman.
Yes.
Like it mentions the like fair-haired blonde woman.
Right.
And then the black woman who he lays with and spreads and like
thanks to his dad and his mom. Yes. And like in this beautiful metaphor that like it's the quote unquote talking coat that like gives him this ability to be such a suave,
to be such a smooth talker,
getting it all like this was a fun journey to go on.
It really
100%.
was. She's a newer one. She's brand new. I believe this is her only song out.
Oh, okay.
So I discovered her from TikTok. I saw a video of her singing the song live with just some guy on guitar.
Okay.
And I was like, holy shit, this girl is spitting bars.
Yeah.
So I tracked it down, went to go see, is this on streaming? It was, thankfully.
God, yes.
Full instrumentation. And I love to see the younger generation continuing to keep her culture alive.
Right.
And not just alive, but relevant. Because when I look at her posts on TikTok and when I look at her posts on Instagram, it's not just people responding in Spanish.
Okay.
There's people of all different kinds of languages responding and commenting on her videos and stuff. So obviously people are listening.
Yeah.
So this is another one of the young women who are up and coming that I thought was really important to include on my list because that is the Lilith Fair way.
Right.
We have the old crones.
Yep.
We have the frickin' young girls who are just starting out.
Yep.
And I wanted to incorporate that like aspect of Lilith Fair into my Lilith Fair dream lineup.
Well, good job.
Thank you.
I think that makes the end of our episode. Thanks everybody for listening. And don't forget to check us out on our socials. A special thanks and shout out to Ainjel Emme for her dream lineup this week. We appreciate all of you for listening. Find us on TikTok and listen to the playlist everywhere you can find them. Love you guys. Bye.
See ya in 2 weeks.
For today's charity spotlight, we'd like to introduce Black Girls Code. They exist to make sure today's learners can become tomorrow's leaders in tech, regardless of their background, zip code, or identity. Their work starts early and goes deep. They spark interest in elementary school, build technical and leadership skills in middle and high school, and create pathways into college, careers, and entrepreneurship. Along the way, they foster community, confidence, and creativity because they believe that success in tech takes more than just code. They're here to reimagine what's possible and who gets to build it. Why it matters? Only 19% of computer science degrees are earned by women, and less than 2% of tech roles are held by Black women. The biggest drop-off in tech engagement happens between ages 13 and 17, right when confidence is tested and futures are shaped. Without early access, mentorship, and a support system that says you belong here, those numbers won't change. At Black Girls Code, they're creating long-term pathways, building community, and preparing young innovators to build the solutions that will change the world. You can find them at www.wearebgc.org. And for more information and links to donate, please check out our show notes.